everybody. France.
And what a World Cup it's been.
France wins. Very.
I appreciate that. Well, it's been a sports heavy week last week,
Yeah.
and what I appreciate the most is that all of the sporting events that have gone on, like the championships with the Knicks and Team USA whooping the shit out of Paraguay, overshadowed a certain other sporting event that happened over the weekend that I haven't seen anybody talking about, which
Nope.
you love.
Only
You
the
love to
negatives.
not you love to not see it. So
And when you are seeing it, all we're seeing is the negatives about it, and I'm
yeah, I have
loving it.
not seen one positive thing.
No.
So that's awesome. That's good.
Yes.
Good time for sport. I am not a sports guy. You guys know that,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
World Cup's got you feisty?
Maybe this is God get me into it a
Yeah.
little bit.
All right.
Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurricanes won Stanley Cup. Fucking
I didn't even know about that.
Ivory Coast.
DCFC crushing it. Our local team.
Dude, they found Friendly the Bear.
Okay, what happened with Friendly the Bear?
All right. So, during the first U.S. match, the FC was hosting a watch together in Campus Martius. That night or that morning, someone had stolen Friendly the bear out of the car. And then they discarded it back in a dumpster, and it was promptly found again.
That's crazy. They stole it just to throw it away.
They probably were like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
They probably were drunk when they stole it, and they were
Mhm.
like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Need to get rid of the evidence.
Well, what
Well,
doesn't
fuck those
help...
guys.
Yeah, whoever did that, you're a piece of shit. What doesn't help is that Rory and I believe Paws and the Pistons mascot were all on Twitter saying, we're going to find you. Give us back our friend.
That's
We
awesome.
found it. Yeah, so, good stuff. We love that. Go DCFC, go. Go Friendly the Bear. We love. You know what else we love?
What else do we love?
We love movies. Welcome back, everybody. We are your hosts, Nick, Noah, and Alex, and this is WASD and Beyond at the Movies. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoy our Evil Dead series that we're currently doing right now. So let's just dive right into that. We're going to do something different. We're not going to go into the sponsors. We're not going to do any of that at the top. We're going to do everything at the back of the show. I don't want to waste your time. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it. All right? If you want to hear it, listen. Thank you. So
Shake up.
a little shake up. I think it's better, though. I think it's better to have it in the end.
Okay, all right.
I think so. Doesn't make us seem like whores. Hungry. We're hungry. We want your view. We want your listen.
We're super hungry.
Yes. To keep in flow with the Evil Dead and Evil Dead Burn releasing soon, we did watch Evil Dead 2. This is Noah's first viewing of it, and me and Alex have seen, oh my god, I don't know, a bajillion fucking times. More than the first. Me.
No, I would say I've seen this one less than the first.
Okay.
By far.
Well, this movie where I have the Ash tattoo, that is that very famous scene in the movie. Before we get to that scene and all the other scenes, let's get into what Evil Dead 2 is. Evil Dead 2 is 1987. It is not a remake. Okay, not a remake. It is a newly shot recap in front of the movie. And this is because there were rights issues with the first movie, so they couldn't just use footage from the first movie. So they just did a quick, easy recap. That's why you only see Ash and Linda, because there was a rights issue. A lot of people thought this was a remake. It is not a remake. It's a recap right in front of the movie. You see, like, at the end of the first Evil Dead, it's Ash in the doorway just screaming, and the evil is getting him, right? Then you learn
The demon camera.
Yep. And then you learn like all of what goes on with Ash. So again, this March 13th, 1987. The budget here jumped almost tenfold. So going from around 350,000 to 400,000 to $3.6 million budget. Um, the movie was pretty much a domestic flop. It made about 5.9 against the 3.6, but it became a like huge cult classic through. Um, but it wasn't through its blockbuster theatrical run after that, where it's like, oh shit, like let's go watch that on cable or wherever you're watching it back then, or people passing around VHSs. Obviously, like you got your drive-in theater. So this movie also features a lot of Bruce Campbell really showing his chops as an actor. This is the movie where you truly get to see Ash become Ash, and he becomes the sharp jawed, chainsaw wielding hero that we all begin to know and love in Army of Dark. Um, and it solidifies Ash as one of the greatest characters and heroes in horror. When you see that chainsaw, when you see a chainsaw in a movie, you go, "Oh my god!" Like that's what you start to do because of Evil Dead 2, and then because of Army of Dark. Um, what you see Bruce Campbell do in this film is him doing it. He beat the fuck out of himself this entire movie. From the awesome fucking punch to the front flip he does in the movie when he's him against his hand, to the plates, him wearing the contacts, which we discussed last week, were like thick glass contacts and a nightmare to see out of, and it would just be like suffocating your eyes. Um, there's a lot of goodies, but this is the movie that defines Ash. Um, Noah,
Yeah.
how do you feel about your first watch of Evil Dead 2? And was my prediction right that Evil Dead 2 was gonna surpass Evil Dead 1 for
So it's kind of complicated because when it started out, like the thing that I was confused about, like, is this a continuation in the sense, like, does Ash like when the movie starts, it's just him and Linda. The two others or the three others are not there. So I was thinking, is this him coming back to the cabin? But then when you were mentioning it's sort of a retcon, they sort of change um what's going on. It it feels like a remake that assumes you've already seen the original, and it's like, so most of the original is what we're watching, like that's what Ash has experienced, and now we're picking up there but with a different sort of path. So we're seeing the same thing where they find the tape, they find the book, they play the tape, and it starts all the demon stuff, and then the sort of recap bit ends with Ash cutting off Linda's head so fast that it feels like he was just waiting to do that at any given point. And then it then you have the demon cameras, we've been calling it, and then we're into the new stuff. So that it was a bit confusing because you were trying to explain it, and I was like, it wasn't making any sense.
I was
But
trying.
that's what it is. It is a continuation of Evil Dead 1 with a retconned beginning. So the first movie, all of those people in that movie don't exist. Um,
Essentially, what it feels.
yeah, they're written out essentially. So
So when you see Army of Darkness, it's a thing.
yeah,
You got, yeah. We'll get there once we get there.
it feels like the series is kind of playing fast and loose with the rules. Necessarily like who's who, like what is real. And I think that's maybe just because it was uncertain of how they were going to move forward. We see that a lot. Like nowadays, every movie series has to be planned out methodically, but they probably weren't sure if they were going to get to make more after the first one.
Yep.
But this movie, the tone is so different. Like
Yeah.
it pretty much like right off the rip, it does like a super quick. Here's the thing. Here's the book. Now there's demons. All right, let's get into it. And
Yep.
he's immediately getting beat up, and like there's blood sprays. There's so much blood in this movie, and there's like you're seeing the demons already. The demons look great. There's some new effects. There was a lot of stop motion in this,
Yep.
and it's pretty good. Like it's pretty decent. You could tell that the budget's been expanded because you get more like transformations. We get a good deal of this movie has Ash himself with demon makeup, which maybe lends to something I predicted last week, that Ash is a demon as well, or that maybe he has some of this demon in him, which we can get into when we talk about like the hand and stuff.
Mhm.
But I liked it. I think like I liked it more than the first one because of the fact that it's just like off the wall insane. They really lean into the crazy stuff, and it's just nonstop. This guy just having the worst night of his life, and they do a lot of stuff that's like it's physical horror and there's psychological horror, and you don't know what's real. And there are cuts where he's like transported different places, and there's stuff happening, but then it's not happening, and we get this other group of three people who it's like a archaeologist who is the daughter of the guy who found the book originally.
Yep.
And that's the other thing. We see more of the original guy who finds the book and records the tape. So that was cool. So you get more of that. That was definitely good to have, because in the first one it's very vague. I'm like, ooh, I want to know more about that guy.
Yep.
So you have that aspect, and then from there it's very similar to the first movie in the sense that like people will get attacked by demons and then they turn into a demon, and then we gotta lock somebody in the basement, although
Yep.
this time they were a demon the whole time. um and you get like, it's all the fun stuff, but it's dialed up to 11. Like you get Ash playing a little bit of Tom and Jerry with his severed hand.
Oh, I love
um
that. I love when it flips him the bird. He's like,
yeah,
"Why,
it's
you
so
little?"
good.
But it's very slapstick in Three Stooges inspired, which like Ted and Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are all huge fans of that. Like this movie, I think works so. I love the first film. Don't get me wrong. I would not have an Evil Dead tattoo if I didn't love the original source. But what this film does is, I think it opens itself up to a wider range. Boy, it is gory. It's messy, violent, but it's also fun. Like Ash, what's not funny is the psychological stuff happening to Ash, right? Because it's very
Mhm.
mental games that the cabin's playing with him, the demon's playing with him, his own hand, and like the whole "give me back my hand." They took my hand. Give me back my hand. That whole scene, I'm like, God, that's awesome. And again, Bruce Campbell really shows his chops here. Like every major effect involving Ash, like I said, was done practically. Campbell was thrown into walls, dragged by wires, covered in blood, buried under props, and forced through countless takes of physical, intense physical comedy. And many horror historians compare his performance to classic silent film, which is a
Hmm.
great accolade for Campbell. But I one scene that happened, and I ruined a scene for Noah and everybody, and they were not stoked on that. And I didn't. I just got
Yeah,
way too pumped
I
on
got
it
too
because
excited.
whenever he does that, I fucking lose. But it's the mirror scene. He's like, I'm fine, and then
That
Ash
it's
just
such a great effect.
and he just jumps out. He goes, "We just chopped our girlfriend up with a chainsaw." It's just like, you call that fine? It's so good. It's just tremble.
That goes so hard before a breakdown,
It would. It would. I'm
dude.
surprised it's never been
Has
done.
anyone done that?
I've
No.
never heard it.
Wow. It would have been cool if that guy had come back, because you see it's his reflection, and he's sort of the voice of reason in the moment. All right, Nick's throwing his hands up, but
Alex did
he's
too.
basically it's himself grabbing himself and being like, "Look around you. This shit is not fine already."
Yeah.
And this is at the beginning of the movie. He's like, "Just you wait, dude. You haven't seen nothing yet."
The deer, when it snaps its neck and just starts laughing, I love that's one that scene. Again, that's where I get this, but like that entire scene of like Ash doing the hokey pokey thing he does with the house, the lamp is going crazy, the deer is snapping around, like the
The GIF I
books.
be posting in the chat
Yeah,
all the
Yeah.
time.
yeah, it's fucking
So
awesome.
good.
It's so
Well,
There's a
yeah.
let's talk new demons, because we get some new forms of demons. In the first one, we got the tree,
Yep.
We got the demon cam. We never saw the demon in the demon cam, but we do in this one.
Yep.
We had the ghoul makeup. And they were sort of like shape shifting.
Mhm.
But in this movie, we get the possessed body part in the hand, which is independent of the rest of him, and it does a lot of the beating early on, and then he cuts it off, and then it is independent, and it's just like cousin it, just like doing its thing,
Love it.
and then we get like possession of items.
Yep.
So we have like the lamp and the deer, and there's like, just if you look in that scene where everything is just laughing at him and the doors are opening, there's just like a trash can just kind of like floating
Yeah.
around in the background. I thought that was really funny, and he's clearly like, that is the descent into madness that we're seeing. But they really expanded what the demons and the ghouls are sort of able to do. We get a lot, like, and a lot of that is, I think, due to the claymation effects that they start doing. So we get the first new kind of thing was when Linda's decapitated body is outside. It's like dancing around,
That was like
and
a
you see
show
like,
off moment for them too.
yeah, and it looks great. Like it looks like very Nightmare Before Christmas. And you got the head rolling around, then it connects back up, and then it's her real head of the real actor on the claymation body, and then it's back to the ghoul head. And when he has the severed head and he puts it in the vice, and it turns back into her real head, it's like it's seamless.
Yeah.
It's so good. And like, you can really tell they stepped up their game on the effects.
Love when the headless body. That's like every time that happens, if Alex has his camera on, there's always the biggest smile on his face when it just starts coming in with the chainsaw. And then Ash
Yeah.
has the
So fucking funny.
the tire iron and he
It's
just
so
hits it
funny.
back.
And there's the
You
one
can't help
shot
but
where
smile throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
you smile. It's not
There
scary. You
is,
smile.
yeah, I would say this movie is not very scary. Like it's got concepts that you're like, yeah, okay, that's supposed to be scary, but it for the most part it is like a slapstick comedy, because a lot of it also, like, Bruce Campbell's acting, he's like, I see a bit of Jim Carrey in
Hmm.
him, and maybe it's just because he's like of the chiseled jaw, and sort of similar, like they do kind of the big face acting, like he's doing the big
Big
eyebrow at one
eyebrows.
point, and and so I see a bit of that in him, and just like, just screaming, getting blasted with tons of blood, and a bit like, there's the physical acting to that is also sort of the physical comedy of a guy just constantly smashing plates over his head.
Yep.
um so I don't really think anything in the movie was necessarily scary. We did get, um last time I had asked for more tree stuff, not in the way that we were seeing it, but we got that. We got a sort of upgraded tree demon, and this time it has like a face.
Yep.
So that was cool to see, because I had asked for that last time. I wanted to see more of the forest stuff, and we definitely get that, because at the end you see all the tree, or maybe it's multiple trees. I don't know.
It's multiple
If I
trees,
assume
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I assume it's multiple trees and stuff, and they're just like destroying the house, and it's clearly a miniature, but it's a great model, and so that was cool to see. And then we did get, you get the big spiral vortex at the end.
And then the big
But
demon face in the actual like
yeah, we get to see
caved.
the demon cam.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just right there, and we would be remiss if we didn't bring this in. The
Mhm.
chainsaw hand is one of the most
Yes.
iconic moments of this movie that became one of the most iconic weapons. This was mostly practical. It was achieved with prosthetics, hidden sleeves, dummy arms, and mechanical effects. Obviously, no CGI. Makeup supervisor Mark Shostrom led the effects team with early works from future K&B founders Greg Nicotero, Robert Kurtzman, and Howard. This thing was attached to Bruce Campbell. This thing was at certain points of the movie a working thing. Like, it's crazy, and I love like that whole like montage where throwing shit on the workbench, and it's just like Bruce Campbell just like quick snapping his hand and just putting the clamp on and putting the chainsaw on. That's
I
where
love
I
the sound it
ruined.
made.
Oh, the or bloop
Oh,
type.
he put it in there, and it's like, funk.
Yeah. But this is where I ruined the film because it's the most iconic line in Evil Dead 2, and it's when Ash revs the chainsaw, holds it up, looks at it, and goes, groovy. it is the most iconic Ash line, in my opinion, that will follow us through the series, really. Because in this movie as well, you learn that Ash is a quippy character. He's not a terrified man like you in the first movie. This, he's more pissed off. He's like showing who he is, and
Thick of it.
he's sick of it. That's the best thing ever here is he is so fucking over that night, and he's just so good. In the more when you
I,
watch Army of Darkness, it's 1,000% more there, and you're like, I love Ash. Like, you will learn exactly why you love this. Learn to love him here, but Army of Darkness, it's, oh my god, this is a hero. So fucking.
I like what you were saying is he starts doing like quips and stuff. Not only is he doing quips, but they saw off the shotgun and he's like doing like tricks with it.
Yep.
He's just like
Badass.
swinging it around and he's like pointing it at the demons and being like, choke on this or like
The reason
look
why
at
he's the
Swallow,
king.
swallow this. Well,
yeah, swallow this.
don't go there yet. But yeah, because Henrietta at this point, which is Ted Raimi, in a giant suit, which he almost like sweat to death in, I guess. Like he almost fucking died in that thing, pretty much. There is behind the scenes of him going, I can't fucking this shit. They ripped
Oh
the
no,
suit at one
tapping
point,
out.
and you could see where the rip is, and you could just see Ted Raimi in his underwear,
It's so
basically.
funny.
But they couldn't afford to replace it. It's an expensive prosthetic, and I love Ted Raimi's performance as Henrietta, which is the
Yeah,
mother.
it's great.
It's awesome. The whole like shape shifting of the head. Alex is like, I hate the monkey. No, we know it's coming, but like I forget all the time. Like it's just a chimp freaking the
With
fuck
the
Yeah,
dick
out.
it's just a
screaming.
chimpanzee screaming.
Yeah, it's I'll
But they
swallow
had
your soul.
there was a lot of more like animalistic stuff, which maybe leads into the idea of like that the Evil Dead is sort of like this the evil spirits or whatever it is inhabit the space around them. So in
Yeah,
this case it was people buried there or animals nearby like the deer and stuff that were probably hunted nearby, or the trees, all that kind of stuff. And we hear like there's one bit before the movie takes like a breather for like 5 minutes,
yeah.
and then and you hear like all these animal noises, and then one of the doors open, and it's like, oh, it's probably that's how it like got in. Now it's in here. Um, and then it just kicks off again, and then everybody starts dying or turning into demons, and then getting killed by Ash. But yeah, just like it really feels like an upgraded Evil Dead. Like the first one took itself a little more seriously. This one is just really leaning into those more silly aspects.
Well, I think this one knew exactly what it wanted to be. Now that they got the first one out of the way, they're like, okay, cool. People liked that. We can do the second. But let's actually do it the way we want to do it. How this felt. Yes, it's a gore film. It's a horror movie. Is what it is. But like this felt like it knew what it wanted to be from the get. They were able to make their evil and the way they needed it and wanted it to be, because it takes itself serious, but in a different way. It's leaning into all those things that they love, they grew up with, right? It's like Sam, Ted Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and everyone involved, like really leaning into the slapstick and Three Stooges, and
Bruce
yeah,
Bruce being more comfortable as the character Ash.
Bruce really being comfortable acting here.
Yeah, because he wasn't an actor, and he'll say that.
Yeah, like they're just really good friends, and it's really awesome to see the evolution. Because I mean, fuck, dude, in this film, Bruce Campbell looks like, okay, this guy's badass. He looks somehow taller, just super like
Yeah,
suave.
maybe it's the set.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the set, let's dive into this. Most of the set was filmed in a North Carolina high school. So like anytime you see like the woods and the exterior were filmed on location nearby, but when you're inside of the cabin, it was filmed at J.R. Faison Junior High School. in Wadesboro, North. So there are plenty of scenes where I was like, Noah, look up, and he's like, oh, there it is. You can see the top
Yeah,
of
you
the
can see the
set,
border.
and in this, it doesn't bother me. Even like when Ash is spinning at the end of the movie, which I cannot wait to explore the end. That's a whole topic discussion here at the end of the episode, but there's a charm here, and it's not like it's lazy. It's just like what we got. Like this is what we were able to do, and it's still good. Like you could see the wire on Henrietta and on Ash, and he like the popping eyeball scene was obviously a ping pong, but
I
it's
listen.
so good.
I didn't see any
It's
wire. I didn't see the wires holding up the suit.
Oh, okay. I can point it out.
That scene remind. I just the only thing I could think of in that scene was the scene in Dune 1984 when the Baron's like
Yeah.
just spinning around up in the sky. That's all I could think of.
He's
Yeah.
just laughing up. Oh man, but yeah, that's the interior shots at least. So it's cool to see them really continue on with such a great film and make an even better version of the series.
Yeah.
We got a decent amount to talk about, but Mr. Alex, let's just pop
the
into your brain for a little bit. Your first experience with Evil Dead 2, and then kind of like how you felt going into the Evil Dead 2 Dead by opposed to the first one.
again, I don't remember where I've seen this for the first time.
Really?
It's been, I really don't. But it's just one of those. I remember seeing the VHS cover vividly all the time at the
Just the
video store
skull?
because it's just the skull. Yep, that is, and it's still an iconic poster to this day. It's so simple, but Evil Dead 2, I'm not like, I do enjoy it. I do like Ash here, but I do enjoy the first one way more than number 2.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Is it because it's
'Cause
like
it,
more serious and like scary?
yeah, probably
Okay.
more than likely. But this is a great film from beginning to end. It's funny. It's the effects are just, you can tell they got their money. You tell they got all that money and they're using it. But
I kind of wish they didn't retcon the first movie, if I'm honest.
Well, hold all thoughts until after Army of Darkness.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard because like we're watching these movies week by week, and it's like,
I want to do it now.
well, yeah. Once you see
Yeah.
Army of Darkness, you're gonna go, oh, all right, I see, because that has its own awesome intro as well. That very 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 explanatory. Like it explains so much of what's actually going on.
Good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but you do like retain that for you at least. Evil Dead 1 is superior film with these two films.
One thing I'll give this movie credit: the demons are way more powerful.
Yep.
Compared to the first one. Way more, and they're more angry.
Yeah, they're pissed.
The best way to put it. Yeah, I mean they're demons. Of course, they're gonna be pissed, but yeah, it's Evil Dead 2. It's you can't really. It's
It's
I know
more Evil Dead.
it's more Evil Dead. What more do you want? Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's about all I have for this. I do have some random ass fun facts, but I'll save that shit.
Towards the end,
Yeah.
I dumped a lot of
I
my
can't wait
facts.
for a fun fact.
Oh, dude, there's
Say what, Noah?
I said I can't wait for a fun fact.
Well, fuck, I already brought up the fucking movie poster, so I'll start there. The eyes on the skeleton,
Yeah.
they're popping bruises.
yeah, the Bruce Campbell's eyes.
All right. Very good. Is that meant to be him then?
It's whatever
They
the community makes up at that point, or whatever's confirmed by Sam and Bruce.
like I had said before, my
Speculation.
ultimate theory is that Ash has been a demon the whole time, and we get a bunch of him being a demon in this movie, eh, but they
Which, how about
never.
that makeup?
Pretty good. Still
Great.
looking good. Still looking chiseled. But they don't ever like talk about it. She's never met like he turns into a demon, he attacks Annie, and then she's gonna stab him with the Kandarian dagger.
Oh, it's
And
just me. It's just me.
yeah, and he's like, I'm fine now. And I'm like, am I just supposed to believe that? Yeah, that you're just fine now. You were a
It's
demon like 2 seconds ago. We're not gonna talk about it.
it's the necklace that helps. It's a whole. There was a better explanation I had seen, because when he picks up the necklace, it helps him kind of regain that bit of humanity because of Linda, right? So he picks
Yeah.
that up, and that helps him. I love that scene too. He's like, "God damn it, aren't you listening to me? I said I was fine. I'm fine."
I'm
Like
like, I
trying to
don't care
swing
what
the
you say,
axe.
dog.
Yeah, I love when they kick him down into the cellar. He's like, "Yeah," he's just freaking out. Henrietta's walking up. He's just trying to unlock that shit. He's just pounding that shit. Oh, I love that stair
And that
scenes
what
Hopefully
when
it was
he
just one
falls down
fucking
the
take.
stairs.
when he falls down the. That's just one take. You have to do
Yeah,
that.
and he's like
Yeah.
he's falling down the stairs. He's like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
I love.
The sound design in this movie is really good though. Like
Yeah.
it adds to the comic relief.
Oh, dude, it's impeccable. Impeccable.
Mm.
Let's
Really solid.
talk about that ending.
Yeah.
So so obviously Annie's reading the remaining pages that she has from the Book of the Dead that her father in the, because you get a glimpse of her dad in this too, more than just the flashbacks. Like he like breaks through the spiritual realm to be like, you have to do this. Answers are right there, and also a very good cut, because when Bob Joe is being drugged through the forest and the demons are pulling her with the vines, it goes from her going mock chicken to a tree, and right before she's about to hit that shit, it's them dropping the shadow box with the pages in it onto the table. I'm like, that's such a good like cut, because it's still violent, but it does pull its punches a bit. You're seeing a lot of the violence, but you're not seeing it quite like you did in the film. And they wanted this to be marketable. There's reasons for that. Like that's why you're seeing green blood, blue blood, red blood, bubbly white red blood, things like that, to make it a bit more marketable. Even though the movie did release, but the ending is cool because you get to hear those pages being read, and that's when the portal opens, and that's when they manifest that greater deep world itself, and that's where that battle comes, quick battle. But that's what leads us into Army of Darkness, because in the end, Ash is literally being sucked in that vortex as he thinks everything's okay, and he's dead. He's like, you did good, kid. Thanks. He's about to fuck off and leave. He's like, that's it. Like, you're dead. That sucks. Thank you. Bye. So you're learning right there again a little bit more about Ash. He's like, I'm done. No more. And
I'd be done too, I think.
She's dead. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he's getting ready, it's that door rips open and the portal's roaring and pulling him in. And just that iconic scream of, how do I stop this thing? And he just gets ripped into the portal. And then it ends on a huge cliffhanger with Ash being teleported in evil times. And that's where we pick up.
Well, I love that. He goes in the portal and the car goes in the portal too, and they both fall out of the sky and they land, and there's all these like knights around,
Yep.
and then there's a big flying demon. He's just teleported like thousands of years through time, and he's like, nah, but I'm still gonna look cool and shoot this
Yeah.
this demon out of the sky. And then they all gather around him and they're like, praise the hero.
He's screaming, no. He's like, no. He's so
'Cause he's like,
pissed.
I think he sees them, and then he shoots out the demon, and then there's like a moment of clarity where he's like, hold up, I'm
Yep.
surrounded by knights and there's a castle here.
He's
Like,
so over it.
What the fuck happened?
Beyond over it at this point. He wanted it to end when it ended, and then it just Ash's forever suffering is gone.
Our entertainment.
What
Our
are they gonna
entertainment.
do now that he's in medieval times? How are they? What are they gonna do if the chainsaw runs out of fuel?
Don't ever think about it.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out next week.
Yep, yeah, Army of Darkness, dude. And this is I love Evil Dead 2. It's one of my favorites. Army of Darkness is my favorite Evil. And this is our Army Landon has watched Army of Darkness and loved it. It is that good. It's just a good film because you'll see. I'm not going to go any further. That'd be such a dishonor to the movie if I did.
I'm excited to see where it goes. The fact that they've introduced a sort of time travel element is pretty interesting. So hopefully they'll make good use of it. But this definitely felt like a very natural successor to Evil Dead,
Yep.
where they're really leaning into the fantastical elements of it, kind of leaning away from the horror a little bit. The comedy of it, I think, and the nonstop nature of it doesn't ever give you time to sit and think about any one thing that's happening. And characters behave as if things are just like happening and then we're moving on to the next thing. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes with, this man out of time thing and how Bruce Campbell is how's he gonna get out of this jam?
Oh, buddy, I cannot wait for you to see this.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, this is so good.
all right. All right. Stay tuned, everybody. Army of Darkness is coming up. But this is a perfect film for me. The masterpiece of horror cinema. Again, this catapults the genre. Again, Evil Dead does it again and go do something different. Let's not just do the slasher flick. Let's not just do the gore flick. Let's do something awesome and fun. And like Noah said, the time travel element that has been brought up, this movie goes places that it shouldn't have but did. And that's why I love this film. And that's why for me it's a perfect movie. Masterpiece. This is a must watch. I would also recommend watching Evil Dead 1, but if you want something a bit more fun and super fast paced, but understands its pacing and understands itself, this is the Evil Dead I would start with, then go on. I would say you could watch the first one well, though. Yeah, masterpiece.
Absolutely.
Absolute.
Absolutely.
I would also say that the first one is definitely worth watching. Um, because I think a lot of this wouldn't make a whole lot of sense if you didn't watch the first one.
Yeah.
And it's just this, you can see lessons they learned from the first one in the second one. And I think it's absolutely worth your time.
Yes.
Definitely watch just everything with Evil Dead attached to it because it's all heat.
Even the non-Evil Dead movies.
Yes, Evil Dead Rise films. Or not Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Trap.
Evil Dead Trap.
Yes,
Yeah.
gotta bring
It's a
that
good
boy.
movie we will not shut up about.
That was the only reason why I clicked on that bitch. Can't even lie. And that was
it worked. Maybe they knew it.
Did you have any more factoids, Alex? You said you had a couple.
So this one might hit home with you a little bit, and maybe a few listeners, who knows. There's an old band called Strapping Young Lad.
Yeah.
They have a music video for a song called Love, and it is the entire thing is just an Evil Dead 2 reference. Cabin, deer laughing, all of it. I mean, they're just recorded a music video in the cabin. That's one of them. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Good stuff right there. That's it.
All right, that works.
Again, I haven't watched the movie nowhere near as much as I did the first one.
That is a certified fun fact.
Fun fact.
If I do say so myself, and I do.
Fact. All right, y'all. Stay tuned. We got Army of Darkness coming up. And then, I don't know. We'll have to discuss on the show where we're going to go after Army of Darkness, because we have 2 more Evil Deads, technically, before Burn. And I think it'd make the most sense to go Rise.
Yeah.
really want Noah to see 2013.
It's good.
It is so good. And that's why we have Rise and Burn. So we'll figure something out here because Noah's going to have to see it. But we will get there. Stay tuned. Get ready. There's more Evil Dead coming. There's more goddamn Bruce Campbell coming on WASD and beyond at the movie. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like what you hear, follow, subscribe, show your friends, all that cool stuff. Go over to the YouTube Spawn Camp Co. or to Twitch. Sometimes we're live there. Follow, like, subscribe, send us to your. Check out the other shows. Roll for the Set and WA. Join the Discord. Come talk movies with us. Come talk Evil Dead with us. It's a great time. Until next week, guys. Take it easy. Safe.
Goodbye.